Hey everyone, welcome to part 21 of this trophy and achievement guide for Final Fantasy VIII Remastered. By popular request, this is going to be the optional side content episode, so I'm glad that you're coming along on this journey with me, and a special thank you to all of our channel members who helped to support the channel. Now let's dive into it. The first thing that we're going to do is to get the optional Guardian Forest Odin. To do that, we're going to hop aboard the Ragnarok, and then we want to fly over toward the southwest to the continent of Centra. It doesn't take too long to get there, we just have to fly across a little bit of ocean and then go across this desert wasteland, and we can land right outside of Odin's Tower, the same place that we got the Tonberry Guardian Forest. Let's go ahead and run inside. The 20-minute timer is still in effect, but we'll have more than enough time to finish this place. Let's go forward, and then we're going to climb the stairs to go up to the area with the statue on it, where we spent a lot of time getting Tonberry. But we're not going to stay here, we're going to go to the opposite side of that statue and then climb the stairs up and over toward the right. From here, we're going to go forward and go up the stairs and into the building. Now as we go up, we can climb all the way to the top on top of this block, and that actually acts as an elevator that takes us up to an upper level. And when we get up here, there's going to be a ladder on the left-hand side. We can run over there, interact with it, and start climbing up. Once we get up, then what we want to do is actually engage another ladder and then climb up to the higher level again. And this puts us out right next to a door that we can go into. When we go inside, we want to interact with the pedestal in front of us and turn the circle blue. That's going to activate something at the base of the tower. So let's leave the room, and then we're going to climb both ladders all the way down to the bottom of the tower. And you can already see it in the background that there is now a blue circle glowing on the ground. That's what we need to go and interact with. So we'll go over, interact with the shiny blue circle, and that's going to open up a staircase on the right-hand side that we should climb up. We'll keep going all the way up the stairs. And then in the next area, we need to go up the ladder immediately on our left. There's a statue here with a red eye. We're going to go over and interact with that statue, and it's going to say that it has a left eye. We are going to take the left eye out of this gargoyle statue. And now we're going to climb down that ladder that we just climbed up a moment ago. And then we'll climb the stairs on the right side of the screen. When we get up to the top, we want to go over to the left a little bit, and we can climb up this ladder looking thing that takes us to the top of the dome. And at the top is another gargoyle statue. We're going to interact with its face, and we're going to put in the left eye. Now that it has both eyes, we're going to leave it as it is. It gives you a 5-digit code, and this code is unique to the playthrough, so it's going to be different from what you see on the screen right now, but just remember or write down or take a picture of those 5 digits. Then we're going to take out the left eye, and we're going to take out the right eye. And now we climb down the ladder that we climbed up. Let's go ahead and go down the staircase to the lower level. And when we're at the bottom of the stairs, we'll go over to the ladder and then climb that back up to get to the first gargoyle that we went to. We're going to put both the left eye and the right eye into the statue, so then it will have 2 glowing red eyes. So here we put in the left eye, and now we're going to put in the right eye. That will activate some flames on the right side with 5 digits. Starting at the top, we're going to put in the code that we just got. So mine is going to be 7, 4, 4, 4, and 2. And then we'll hit the triangle button to confirm that. And if you have the right code, then it will be accepted and the door below you will open. We'll climb back down the ladder and then we can go into that door that just opened. And inside this room is going to be Odin, but don't worry, unlike other Final Fantasy games, this is an incredibly easy fight. He's going to challenge us to combat, but he's not actually going to attack us at all. All we need to do is defeat him before the timer runs out. So because we were pretty speedy going through that puzzle, we now have the remaining time, which is going to be about 15 minutes. As I said before, Odin does not attack us, which means we can just go crazy attacking him. If you want to spend some time drawing some magic from him, he does have some interesting choices. He has the stop spell, death, double, and triple. So if you don't have any of those, you can spend some time drawing from him. Even at a little bit of an elevated level like what we are right now, he still has under 8,000 HP, and even at his maximum of level 100, he only has 31,000 HP. So it does not take very long at all to get rid of all of his health and win the fight. Because this was a boss fight, we don't get any experience, but we do get Odin's triple triad card. Odin is a guardian force that we get, but we cannot assign it onto one of our characters and we can't learn any abilities. All he'll do is randomly show up at the beginning of the fight and kill the enemies. And now that we're all done with Odin, let's go ahead and leave this area, and we're going to make our way back down to the bottom of the tower and exit out to the world map. I'm going to speed up the footage just a little bit, only to save some time. Okay, back on the world map, we're going to board the Ragnarok, and now we're going to take out the long but pretty easy Shumi tribe side quest. To do that, we're going to fly over to Shumi Village, located on the very north end of the world. Let's go ahead and park the Ragnarok outside and then head on into Shumi Village. We'll begin by running straight forward into the dome. And then we're going to keep going forward once again. Keep going past the Ultima draw point and then go into the elevator room to take us down toward the bottom. The elevator rides are long and boring, so I'm going to speed up the footage for you, but we're just going to go down to the bottom floor and then get out of the elevator. Now let's keep going all the way toward the left to go into a different area. There is one house in this screen with a Moomba out in front. This is the Elder's house. Remember that, and we'll keep going forward toward the left. The first house on this screen is the Artisan's house. We'll skip past that one and go to the house in the back called the Sculptor's house. The far back side of this room is actually its own area, so let's go over there to get a scene. Looks like Laguna. You know Master Laguna? Well, sort of. This is Laguna Loire. Long ago, a Moomba found this man lying near our village, covered with blood, and carried him to our village. It appeared that he had slipped and fallen off a cliff. We took care of him until his wounds were healed. If you wish to know more about Master Laguna, you should go talk to the Elder. Sculptor insists that you go speak to him. Sculptor is sure it will please the Elder. Okay. Excellent! For a foreigner, you have a big heart. Sculptor will tell the Moomba guarding the entrance to let you pass. You raise Moombas in this village? Raise? Moomba is one of many final forms that we Shumis take. Final form? You don't know? Excluding the ones qualified to become elders, all Shumis evolve at a certain stage of our lives. We become what is in our hearts. Often, those who fail to become honorable elders turn into Moombas. The passionate ingenuity in their hearts gives rise to the red hair. It's common knowledge. Sculptors surprised you didn't know. How do you communicate if you become a beast? But beasts? How dare you call them beasts? Yes, the ones who become elders are remarkable people, but what did you call them again? Beasts? Did you not see their noble features, their gem-like eyes revealing innocence, their bright red hair symbolizing passion, their spectacular hair signifying power, their soothing, adorable cries, their mighty hands with incredible strength, their proud postures demanding respect? Everything about them is great. Okay, all right. Man, you and your big mouth. Alright, it's time to leave this place. We're going to go ahead and leave this room by going out toward the right side. And then we can run toward the bottom of the screen to go outside. Let's go one house over toward the right, and we're going to go into the artisan's house. If you haven't done it already, be sure to pick up the Timber Maniacs magazine on the bed, otherwise you can go talk to him. He notices that we are an outsider, and he tells us about another person that he knows of who is an outsider. It's actually his friend, whose name is Grease Monkey, and that person lives in Fisherman's Horizon. We also got a Timber Maniacs magazine in Grease Monkey's place, and there's a little Moomba doll in his house. We'll be going back there in a little while as a part of this quest, but it's just kind of cool that it's now linking different parts of the world together. And he'll also offer to show us some of his work that he has. He's got a few different versions of them, such as this car. But ultimately, he doesn't matter until a little bit later on in the quest line, so let's go over and leave this place, and then we're going to go over toward the right side of the screen to go over to the Elder's house. The Moomba who is guarding the door is no longer in our way, so we can run right past him and into the door. We appreciate your coming forward. Since you have come here, you must know Master Laguna. Thank you for coming. Allow me to talk about Master Laguna for a moment. It was about 17 years ago when we found him injured. He was on his way to Estar to save a girl named Alone who had been abducted by Estar soldiers. He stayed here for a short while until his injuries healed. During his stay, he tried to teach a Moomba how to speak. Why? He told me that he felt sorry for the Moombas because they don't know any words. He said that words are useful and precious. I believe that Moombas don't need to know words because the important things can be communicated without words. Perhaps we don't need words either. Even Master Laguna was not very good with words. His communication skills were horrible. But we still understood what he desperately wanted to say, how eager he was to save Alone. His eyes, more than his words, told us this. That's all I have to say. Why are you building a statue of him? You find it strange, yes? I doubt you will understand. We believe that Master Laguna has a special something. That something is the power to attract people. We still don't know what it is, so we decided to build a statue of him. We felt that we may come to understand why Master Laguna is so special by doing this. That bumbling clown, I'd better not say anything. Please wait. We would like to present you with a gift since you came all this way. But in Shumi, one must work to earn anything. This is our way. I have an idea. Please assist my attendants in the workshop so that I can present you with a gift. Where is it? It is where you saw Master Laguna's statue. We want to finish that statue as soon as possible. Alright, let's head back over to the sculptor's house by going out toward the left, and then going into the house as far to the left as we can go. And now we're going to run to the back part of the room and talk to the sculptor. Oh, and is he offering you that? Wow, that is a great honor. It's rarely given, especially to outsiders. Okay, shall we get to work? As you can see, Sculptor has the very big responsibility of making this statue. To finish it, Sculptor will need to do additional research on several stones. Sculptor would like you to go and get them. We'll say, alright. Sculptor needs 5 kinds of stone: shadow stone, wind stone, life stone, water stone, and blue stone. We don't know anything about stones. You'll be able to tell by their names. Don't worry, when in doubt, examine them carefully. Also, there's a specialist in the village who can help you. Okay, let's start with the blue stone. Well, the blue stone is conveniently located just to the left of us, right behind where Quistis is. Huh? This stone is blue. Hey, don't tell me this is the blue stone. What? Oh! Sculptor completely forgot. Sculptor already had it. Well, that's 1 down and 4 more to go. Okay, next, please go find some wind stones. To get the wind stone, we're going to leave the sculptor's house and go back outside. Now that we're outside, we're going to run toward the right to go into a different area. Let's go past the elder's house and further toward the right to go into a different area. And in between the 2 houses here is a large rock. This is where the windstone is. This looks like one of them. There's a breeze coming from it. I guess this is the windstone. And that's all we have to do for this one. Let's head on back to the sculptor and tell him about it. So let's go over toward the left. And then we'll go toward the left again. And then keep going all the way to the left to go into the sculptor's house. Let's go to the back side of the room and then talk to the sculptor again. Is this it? Yes, that's the windstone. Okay, 3 more to go. Next, sculptor needs some life stones. Let's go ahead and leave this room, then leave the workshop entirely and head back outside. We'll go over toward the right to go into a different area, and that's the same area where the elder's house is. We're not going to go into the elder's house. Instead, we're going to go just past it to the large rock wall, and then Squall will be able to climb up and get some life stones. There are stones under the roots. This must be the life stone. Now that we have it, let's go back to the sculptor's house. Let's go to the back part of the shop so that we can talk to the sculptor and get our next assignment. Is this it? Yes, that's the life stone. Okay, 2 more to go. Next, sculptor needs some shadow stones. To get the shadow stone, we need to leave the sculptor's workshop and go back outside. Then we're going to run all the way to the right to go into the elder's house area. Keep going toward the right to get to the area where we found the wind stone. And now we're going to run all the way toward the right until we can get inside the elevator, and we're going to ride that up. Once again, I'm going to speed up the footage of the elevator, but we've got to get up to the top floor. As we leave the elevator, we want to stick over toward the right side of the screen so that we can walk into these shadows over here. Squall will comment, and then we can examine the ground, and he'll say, "More stones." Looks like the shadow stone. And that's it. Let's go ahead and get back inside the elevator and ride it back down, and we'll run all the way to the sculptor's workshop. With the shadow stone in hand, we'll go to the back of the workshop and talk to the sculptor. Is this it? Yes, that's the shadow stone. Wonderful. Lastly, sculptor needs some water stones. Let's go ahead and leave the workshop again and head back outside. Luckily, the water stones are much closer than what the shadow stone was. All we have to do is go right next door to the artisan's house. And then we'll go to the left of him and examine his sink. Huh? Could this be it? Do you mind if I take this stone? Go ahead. Artisan only uses it for washing. Thanks. And now we'll return to the sculptor's workshop and go talk to him to give him the water stone. Is this it? Yes, this is the water stone. Congratulations, your job is complete. You may go see the elder now. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll leave the workshop and head back outside. Then we'll go over toward the right side to go into the elder's house area. And now we'll go in the elder's house for a scene. The elder will now present you with a gift. For your services, it gives me great pleasure to present you this. Elder, attendant is having a hard time seeing it. Oh. I don't see anything. What the? I don't see anything. Isn't it amazing? When he holds something in his palm, you cannot even see it. Such is the power of the person who has attained eldership. So what's the gift? What else? The honor of seeing his hand. These great hands have shoveled the earth. These great hands have created wonders. These great hands justify his eldership. We are proud to send you off with this gift. Do stop by again. Good day. Hey. Hold on. We forgot to give you a souvenir. It's embarrassing to present you this silly thing after what we have already given you, but... Here you are. Received Phoenix Pinion. Oh, they actually gave you something? They're so weird. That hand thing, is that for real? Maybe. We'll explain what it all meant. I think it was true. He's kept his hands concealed since we met him. Judging from this place, they're pretty advanced, so they can't be stupid. They probably knew that the silly hand thing wasn't going to impress us. They sincerely admire Laguna, so they wanted to treat us kindly, since we know him. Their kind gesture just came out weird, that's all, but at least they tried. I think overall, it was a decent, heartfelt welcome. Perhaps we owe them our thanks. That's my Sir Laguna, my hero! Funny, the elder humbly concealed his hands. Norg, on the other hand, showed them off. What a sham. They probably know. Of course. There was a fierce shrewdness about their eyes, and an unimaginable destiny awaits them. There's no doubt that they know. Then why did you bother with the charade? You should have just said, here, there's nothing. I did not want to give them material things. I wanted to give them a moment of peace, and our heartfelt welcome. Sounds like a poor excuse. I have an assignment for you. Yes? Assist the sculptor in the shop. You will not rest or sleep until the statue is complete. What? Wait a minute. You misunderstood me, Elder. Please? Mercy! No! No! What was that? Well, that concludes the first half of the Shumi Tribe quest. In order to kick off the second half, we need to completely leave the Shumi Village, go all the way back up the elevator, all the way back out to the world map, and then come back here. So let's jump ahead to that real fast. Okay, we made it back to the Elder's house. Let's keep going over toward the left, and we want to go back to the sculptor's workshop so that we can see that the attendant is now working on the sculpture, or at least he's supposed to be. We'll go over and talk to the attendant on the left side. Attendant can't believe we have to make this silly statue. Now let's go and talk to the elder. We'll leave the workshop entirely and go back outside. Once we're outside, we'll keep running toward the right to go into the elder's house area. Let's go inside the elder's house and have a talk with him. How were they doing? From the look on your face, they must not be working seriously. The Moombas can help us. Please go ask the Moomba outside for help. It will become in order if I ask, so please. We'll head outside and then talk to the Moomba. He's going to run off, and we're going to follow him over toward the left and go into the sculptor's workshop. Let's head to the back part of the workshop to get a cutscene between the Moomba and the attendant. Oh, it's you. What do you want? Attendant isn't gonna do that. Attendant doesn't feel like it. The elder said that? That's not fair. The elder's not giving me any choice. Okay, fine. Attendant will work. Let's go over and talk to him. Okay, attendant will work. Now let's talk to the sculptor real quick before leaving. So, has Artisan agreed to help? That's a bit of a hint at one of the next steps. We'll go ahead and leave this area and head back outside. Now go over toward the right to leave this area and go back to the Elder's house. We'll go inside and then talk to the Elder. My attendant is finally working. Great. The statue should be completed soon. Maybe it's none of my business, but what's the point of forcing him to do something against his will? You don't understand. There's nobody in this village who admires Master Laguna more than my attendant. There is a reason why my attendant refused to work on the statue initially. My attendant strongly wishes to leave here and fight alongside Master Laguna, not to spend time building a statue. Therefore, my attendant does not want to become an elder. One cannot fight or leave the village once one becomes an elder. A Shumi becomes an elder or something else. I think one must have wits to become an elder. I was very fortunate. I believe my attendant will become an elder someday. That would really be ironic. Is there any way to prevent the evolution? It is not the Shumi way to abuse our knowledge and pursue personal ambitions. All of us have accepted our destinies. How sad. Well, it sounds like they may need one more person to help. I would love to see my attendant go and pursue personal dreams. I once had dreams too, but as an elder, my responsibilities must always come first. That's the end of this conversation. Let's go ahead and leave the elder's house, and we're going to go back to the sculptor's workshop to talk to the attendant who's now working. Let's head to the back of the room and talk to the attendant. He's the one on the left side. Attendant thinks we need one more skilled craftsman. Well, that's going to be the artisan. We'll go ahead and leave the workshop and then head outside. Now let's go to the house just to the right of the sculptor's workshop. And we'll go and talk to the artisan. The artisan will repeat the same dialogue that we had the last time that we were here, and he's going to show us his 3 vehicles that he's created models of. There's going to be a green truck, a yellow car, as well as a red bus. And after he shows us all of those vehicles, he'll have some different dialogue. You said that you were an artisan, right? That is a great honor. And talk to him again. Help at the shop? Artisan can't. There are tons of things that artisan has to do before artisan becomes a Moomba. He's going to be pretty stubborn about not helping us until we find a way to motivate him. Let's leave his house, go over toward the right, and go into the elder's house to have a quick conversation with him. So they do need one more. Artisan is qualified but very stubborn. What shall we do? We have to leave the elder's house and we're going to go all the way outside the world map. So of course, let's speed that up and get outside quickly. Now let's get on board the Ragnarok and then we'll pull up the world map. We want to go down to Fisherman's Horizon, which is located in the middle of the ocean. Luckily for us, the Ragnarok's autopilot feature will take us right there. We can actually land directly on Fisherman's Horizon, and we just have to be right over top of it. Now we're going to head over toward the left side so that we can leave this area, and then we're going to run past the mayor's house and go up the large ramp. Keep running left all the way up to the top of the ramp to go out into a different area. And now we'll head over toward the right corner of the screen. Keep running over toward the right and take the path leading down. And now run away toward the distance till you get to a different area. We want to go inside Grease Monkey's house, which is the one with the blue door on the right side. Is this a real Moomba? No way, Jose! You guys went to Shumi Village, huh? Did you meet the guy who made that Moomba doll? That doll reacts to the presence of people who went to Shumi Village. High tech, ain't it? I'm a pretty good craftsman myself, but that thing's way out of my league. You can interact with the doll if you want to, but we want to go and talk to Grease Monkey himself in the back. We spoke to the person who made that Moomba, and we have a problem. What's up? He's got a lot on his mind, but it seems like what you're trying to do is pretty important. Yeah, I'll help. Let's see. Oh yeah, why don't you take that Moomba with you? This baby will solve your problem, guaranteed. Alright, let's go ahead and leave his house, and we're going to run all the way back to the Ragnarok. We'll just head down the path and then keep going down toward the bottom and over toward the left until you get back to the big ramp that will take you down to where the mayor's house is. Keep running over toward the right and then go toward the back to get to the Ragnarok. And now we just have to fly back to Shumi Village. So open up the map, choose Shumi Village in the north, and then you're going to fly over there thanks to the Ragnarok's autopilot feature. Once again, we're going to land outside, and then we're going to run inside Shumi Village and make our way all the way back down to the bottom. And now we need to make our way all the way over toward the left until we get to the artisan's house. Let's go inside and get a cutscene. Did you make that? Yes, it's the gift Artisan sent to a friend. Why do you have it? Oh, he built a message into it. Hey, what's happening, bro? Can't contact you directly, so gotta go with this. Oh, it's so good to hear Monkey's voice. I hear you guys are making something. Why don't you quit dallying and just do it? Yeah, bro, I understand how you feel. I guess I'll leave it to him. The moon was just going to be on repeat, so let's go ahead and leave this room. I wonder if that's enough to convince him. Artisan is going to do it. Artisan is going to help. Artisan has been misconceived. Nobody has attempted this before, but Artisan has decided to become a human. He invited me to come to Fisherman's Horizon. Artisan is going to go. Good luck. Thank you. And now he's going to go and work as well. Now we'll go back to the Elder to talk to him. That will complete the quest and we'll get our reward. You convinced Artisan? Excellent. Only your wits could have accomplished it. I was going to offer Artisan this to help us. I guess I don't need it anymore. Please, take it. Received Status Guard. When you use this item on a guardian force, it will teach it the Status Defense Junction ×4 ability, which is pretty rare and useful if you want to fight enemies that inflict a lot of status ailments. You can guard against a lot of them with this. They may not finish today, but I believe it will be very soon. That's all there is for this quest. Let's go ahead and leave, and we're going to make our way back outside to the world map. Alright, time for another lengthy yet somewhat easy side quest, the Chocobo side quest. Let's go ahead and enter the Chocobo Forest right next to Shumi Village. The last time we were here, we got the Chocobo trophy by having the Chocoboy catch the Chocobo for us, but we can't do that. We have to actually catch all the Chocobos in all the different forests by ourselves. So starting off, what you want to do is run kind of toward the middle of this area. You can press square and then choose to detect. Hold down the circle button as you go to this back corner and you'll see the bar on the bottom get really full. Now you can press square again and choose to catch. Then press circle to have the Chocobo come down. You then want to just talk to the Chocobo to summon the mother. Now that the big mother is over here, what we want to do is head over toward this back right corner, and then we're going to press circle and we're going to have the Chocobo come over and dig, and it's going to get our item for us. And our reward this time is an Aura Stone. Now let's go talk to the mother Chocobo and we can choose to ride it out of here. We'll head over to the Ragnarok and then get off the Chocobo. It's going to run away, but then we're going to get onto the Ragnarok and fly over to the second Chocobo Forest. The second Chocobo Forest is very close to us. All we have to do is to turn and face south. Then we're going to fly forward over the mountain ranges and we're going to find the dome-shaped Chocobo Forest straight ahead. So we'll land the Ragnarok and then head on inside. Let's skip through the Chocoboy conversation and having our party leave, and then we're going to go into the middle of the area. You want to stand right on the edge of the shadow, right in the middle of the area, then press square and go down to catch, and then we press circle to call down 2 Chocobos. Now head over to the left and stand right behind the tree in the foreground, and we'll press circle again to call down another Chocobo. Now stand alongside the front Chocobo on the right and press circle to call those ones back up into the air, and now talk to the lone Chocobo to call down the mother. The treasure's located nearby. Just be behind this tree in the foreground, kind of along the ridge in the back. Press circle and then the Chocobo will come over and dig, and we'll get our reward. This time we get a flare stone. Now let's talk to the Chocobo and choose to ride it out of here. We can hop off our Chocobo and then run back into the Ragnarok. Now let's go to our third location. We'll open up our map and we want to fly over toward Atrabia Garden. Once you get to Atrabia Garden, turn toward the left so that you're facing north, and then you're going to fly just over the mountain range, and the Chocobo Forest will be just on the other side of the mountains. We'll land the Ragnarok and then head on inside. Once again, Chocoboy will ask if he wants us to explain everything to him, but we don't need any of that stuff, so we'll skip through all of it, and then we'll be ready to call down some Chocobos. He calls down 2 of them for us. We need to head up to the upper area and stand directly in between them. Pretend that there's a line that goes right between them and stand right in the middle of it. And then we're going to call down a Chocobo here. Now we're going to run down the path toward the bottom, and you definitely want to have the detect feature on. You want to go down here kind of by the broken off tree that's hanging off toward the right, and eventually the sonar will pick up the sound of the Chocobo, and that's exactly where you need to be standing. Press square and then choose to catch, press circle, and call down the Chocobo. At this point we'll talk to him and then the mother will come down. We'll head up to the top area and we want to go over toward the back left corner here, and this is where the treasure is going to be. The reward this time is not only a shell stone, but also a holy stone. Let's talk to the Chocobo and ride it out of here. Now we can hop off the Chocobo and then go into the Ragnarok so that we can go to the 4th Chocobo Forest location. Let's open up our world map and we'll choose to go down to Fisherman's Horizon. After the autopilot gets us there, turn so that you're facing directly toward the south, and there's going to be a little bit of an island or an outcropping here just to our south. That's our destination. So directly south of Fisherman's Horizon is going to be this little area. We're going to land right here and then go into the Chocobo Forest. Well, this is a pretty small area, but it's a little bit picky for where you need to be standing. So you definitely need to have your sonar equipped for this one, so choose to detect, and then you want to go stand behind him so that Squall's foot is just kind of over his shoulder here, and then hold down circle so that the sonar activates, move very slowly around the area, and eventually you'll be able to see where the sonar picks up more. Then press square, choose to catch, and then press circle to call down the Chocobo. This is the only one in the area, so we're going to talk to it and then bring down the mother Chocobo. The treasure is actually right under Chocoboy's feet, so go over and press square like you're going to challenge him to a triple triad match, but we're not going to play him, we're going to say, forget it, just move. And now he's going to move out of our way. Stand right where he was, and then press circle again to call the mother Chocobo over to start digging for the treasure. The reward this time is a protect stone and a meteor stone. Now let's ride the mother Chocobo out of here. Get off the Chocobo and then hop into the Ragnarok again. Our next destination is going to be right by Adia's house, so open up the map and then go down toward the southwest to go to Adia's house. If you look toward the left side of the screen, you'll actually see the dome-shaped forest on our left, so once you get to Adia's house, turn left and then head right over there and land next to it. Now we can go inside the forest. This one's a little bit crazy, and we're going to do some bowling with the Chocobos. So once we get through the initial conversation with Chocoboy, what we want to do is to head over toward the right side of him, kind of in the middle of this area. It definitely helps to have the sonar equipped here again, so head on over right into the middle of the area, and then you want to use the Choco Ziner to catch the Chocobo and have it come down. 3 are on the ground. We need to head over toward the left of the group, kind of in the middle between the 2 other Chocobos on the left. So right about here, you can see that the Choco sonar is going crazy here, so we're going to catch the other one right here and call it down. So there are now 4 on the ground here. We want to stand at the base of the ramp here that leads up to Chocoboy. We're going to sound the sonar, and we can see that this is a good spot. And then we're going to use the catch feature to call down another Chocobo. Without moving, press circle again, and the Chocobo will come down and smash into the other ones and knock them away. And now we're going to go talk to that lone Chocobo on the ground. As for the treasure, it's in the back right corner here. And this time we get a Meteor Stone, a Flare Stone, and an Ultima Stone. Let's ride the Mother Chocobo out of here. Okay, let's hop off, and then we're going to go over into the Ragnarok and fly to the last forest that we need to find a Chocobo in. This one's going to be located toward the northeast of where we currently are. We want to basically head straight toward the east to get to this peninsula, and then we're going to go north from there. So start by heading directly toward the east to find the peninsula. And then when you find it, turn left and start heading north. You'll see some forests here, and the Chocobo Forest is hidden amongst them on the very north end of that forest. So now let's run on inside. This area is pretty small, and it has a fair number of Chocobos that have to be caught in a certain order. So after your party leaves, we want to head up kind of toward the middle of this area. Standing right about here, we're going to use the catch feature and hit circle to call down a Chocobo. One also falls down on the right side. Then go stand right next to Chocoboy, and then press circle again to call down a Chocobo and have the one next to the rock go up. Go stand right where that Chocobo was, press circle to call down another one in its place. And then head on up and stand right in front of the rock in the background and call down a Chocobo here. Now go right into the center of all 4 of those Chocobos. Imagine that there are lines drawn between them all, forming a cross. That's where you need to stand and press circle to get them all to go away. Once all 4 are gone, another one is going to come down from the sky. This is the one that we have to talk to summon the Mother Chocobo. And the treasure spot is over in the right corner here. And this time we get the Meteor Stone, Holy Stone, and Ultima Stone. And yet again, let's choose to ride the Chocobo out of here. Well, we're done hunting the Chocobos. Now all we have to do is to board the Ragnarok one more time, and this time we want to go back to one of the forests that we've been in earlier. We need to actually ride a Chocobo from the forest near Trebia Garden all the way to the Chocobo Sanctuary. So let's get in the Ragnarok and then fly back to Trebia Garden. Once we arrive, we'll turn over toward the left, and the Chocobo Forest is right next to us. Let's go inside, and luckily, because we've already caught the Chocobo ourselves, we can just go over and talk to it. We don't need to catch it again. So we'll choose to ride it out of the forest, and we want to take it all the way to the Chocobo Sanctuary. To do that, we're going to turn and start heading toward the southeast. When you come to the forested area, turn toward the left and head more straight toward the east. This is going to take you down to a beachy area, and we're going to go down onto the beach, and we can actually ride out into the shallow water. If you look carefully, there's a lighter color and a darker color to the water. We just want to follow the path of lighter color as it takes us toward the southeast. And then keep following the shoreline around, and eventually you can pop up onto a beach inside of a forest. There's a small gap here as we head toward the northeast, and once we get through that gap, we're going to turn and head straight toward the north. And we'll encounter the final Chocobo Forest, the Chocobo Sanctuary right here. We can run inside, and then we want to go up toward the top, and we'll get a special scene. After the dance, go up and talk to the lone Chocobo. Are you going to give me something? Received 1 Chocobo card. It's actually not the Chocobo card, it's the Chocobo card. Now let's go ahead and leave this area, and then we want to turn around and head straight back inside. Go back up to where the Chocobo was, and now there is a fully grown Chocobo in the back that we can use to ride back to where the Ragnarok is. We just have to retrace our steps, so turn the camera and start heading directly toward the south. Then you want to find the small passageway and go through it, and then back down into the water. We'll follow the shallows, and we're going to head over toward the northwest. We can get up onto land using the beach, and then we want to turn toward the left, and we're going to start heading toward the northwest. We'll go through the forest to the west of us, and if we keep running around, sticking over toward the right-hand side, we'll find the Ragnarok. Now that we found it, we can get off the Chocobo and then hop onto the Ragnarok. And that's the end of the Chocobo side quest. Now we can hop aboard the Ragnarok and we can start working on the Queen of Cards side quest. To do that, we're going to fly over to the town of Balam. Time to get off the Ragnarok and head on into town. Now, a long time ago, we forced the Queen of Cards to come here through some manipulation, and we've got to do something like that again, so I would recommend that you save the game before heading inside, and then we're going to go and find the Queen of Cards. She's located down one screen, and then over toward the left in front of the train station. So let's go over here and we can choose to play her in cards. She wants to mix rules. We do not want to do that. So keep choosing no every time she asks you, and then eventually she's going to stop asking you. And at that point, we want to then accept to play against her. This time around, we're not playing to win. Make sure that the trade rule is set to either 1 or difference. You don't want all or direct. And then you want to find the Chocobo card that we just got from the Chocobo side quest. And we want to intentionally lose this card to the Queen of Cards. So choose the Chocobo and then 4 other very weak cards, and then we have to play very poorly against her. Once we lose, then she is going to take our Chocobo card from us. And then we can talk to her and see where she's going to go next. If she says she wants to go to Galbadia, that is not what we want. So go ahead and exit the game, and we're going to force her to go to a different location. We'll load up our save that we made outside of town, and then we're going to go back into Balam, and we want to go over to the hotel area. So head down and then go past Zal's house and exit out the bottom right hand corner. The man in front of the hotel here is a triple triad player. In fact, we got the Pandemona card from him earlier. We want to keep choosing to not mix the rules with him, and then we're going to beat him. It doesn't really matter what card we choose, we just need to win. And then we're going to head back inside of the hotel, go up to the second floor where there's a save point, and we can choose to save the game up here. This just gives us a reliable and close by place to keep loading the game, just in case she keeps wanting to go to Galbadia. We really need the Queen of Cards to choose to go to Dalet. So let's head back over to her, and we're going to choose to play a game against her. Once again, we have to get her to win our Chocobo card from us. Let's keep challenging her until she gives us the trade rule that we want. The direct rule is terrible, so don't do that one. Just keep going until it says either 1 or difference. So here it was 1, we're going to choose that Chocobo card, and then we're going to choose 4 other weak cards and intentionally lose to her so that she can take our Chocobo card. Okay, it's gone. Let's talk to her again, and this time she confirms that she is going to Dalet, which is perfect for us. So now let's go ahead and leave Balam entirely and head back outside. Let's get aboard the Ragnarok, and then we want to fly over to Dalet. Dalet is very close by. We just have to open up the world map, go a little bit toward the northwest, and there it is. So we'll fly over there using the Ragnarok's autopilot, and we'll be there in just a few seconds. Let's land the Ragnarok on the grassy area and potentially block a lot of traffic going in and out of town, and then go into Dalet. The first thing that we want to do is to head on over toward the bottom left corner and start making our way past the hotel. There's a statue in the middle. We're going to go right past that and go out the bottom left hand corner. Now we'll keep going down the road past the Nautilus shop. And then on the left-hand side is going to be a shop with some green lettering above it. That's going to be the pub. So let's head on inside, and then we're going to go upstairs to the upper floor. If you don't see a save point at the top of the stairs, it means you don't have Move Find equipped as an ability on someone. So I'm going to throw that on really quick so that we can find that save point and use it. So we'll use the save point real quick. And then we want to go and talk to the Queen of Cards. Okay, we're going to go down and choose the last option about your artist's father. She'll say that she has given the Chocobo card to her son, and she also had her father make the chubby Chocobo card based on the card, and it's somewhere in Balam Garden. And now she wants the Alexander card. We got the Alexander card by playing Piet up in the Lunar Space Station. Once we confirm that we do not want to mix rules with her and we get a good trade rule, then we can choose only the Alexander card as a good card and then 4 bad cards. And once again, we're going to intentionally lose the Alexander card to her. So let's go ahead and play, lose the Alexander card, and then she's going to be able to confirm her next destination. Ideally, you want her to go to Balam, but this time it doesn't really matter so much. So even though she doesn't go to Balam, she says that she's going toward Galbadia. That means she's going to the Galbadia Hotel, and we know how to get there in Delling City. So that's good enough for me. Let's go ahead and leave here, and we're going to go back outside. Let's run down toward the bottom of the screen, and we want to go to the house where her son is so that we can reclaim the cards that we've lost to her so far. It's going to be in this door on the right. We'll go over and we'll talk to him in the corner here. We'll play against him a couple times because he's got 3 cards. He has the Sacred card, and the Chocobo card, and the Alexander card. So we've gotten back all the cards that we've lost to the Queen of Cards so far. Before you go, examine the portrait in the middle of the room, and you'll see that there's a white bone somewhere, and this actually starts the side quest for a dog and his bone. Let's go ahead and leave the house and then go up toward the top of the screen. Let's keep going past the pub and go up into the next area. Keep running past the Nautilus shop and go into the area with the fountain and the statue. And here we want to go over toward the right side because we can find a dog here. We'll talk to the dog, and then we want to choose the first option, look. And we're going to get an X potion. After that, we're going to run back to the house where the Queen of Cards' son is, and we're going to re-inspect the portrait. So here's the house, let's go into it. Every time I finish a new painting, that boy has to mess it up. I've had it up to here. Next time he pulls this prank, I'm gonna coo the bottom of his feet. Well, that sounds a little weird, but okay. Let's go ahead and examine the portrait in the middle of the room to see that there's a white bone on it, and that unlocks the second location for the dog, which is actually going to be just outside of the pub where the Queen of Cards is. So head on up toward the top of the screen, and that will take you to the pub area. Run past the pub, and the dog is here in the middle of the road. So we'll talk to the dog, and then we're going to choose the look option again, and we're going to get a mega potion. One more time, let's head back to the house and get another quick scene. Not again! I've warned him so many times, that boy! Next time he pulls this prank, I'm gonna coo his ribs! Okay, inspect the portrait again. We'll see that once again there's a white bone here. All we have to do is to head outside, and the dog is actually in the same area. He's right across the street from us. So talk to the dog, find the white bone, choose to look, and we're going to get an elixir. Well, the old man comes back and wonders if the boy is feeling sorry. He heads on inside the house, and then they get into an argument. The boy says that the old man only plays with girls and not with him, and then there's a weird tickle torture thing. We're skipping all that, and we're heading right out of town. So we don't want to be a witness to any of this stuff. We're just going to go ahead and leave. We've done the dog and its bone side quest in its entirety. We've gotten the 3 items, and now we're going to continue on with the Queen of Cards side quest, which we're actually getting pretty close to finishing. We only have a little bit more to do for it. The Queen of Cards mentions that we can get the chubby Chocobo cards somewhere in Balam Garden. What you have to do is go to the boy sitting on the bench outside the library. This is the area just to the right of the elevators on the first floor. So feel free to go and get this card if you want to. I'm not going to show it because it's not important for any reason and would take a lot of time going all the way to Fisherman's Horizon, going to the Balam Garden, getting the card, and then running all the way back out. Now, to actually progress in the Queen of Cards quest line, we need to get aboard the Ragnarok, and we have to fly over to the town of Timber, which is located just to the south of where we currently are. Let's go ahead and land, and then we're going to go inside the town of Timber. Run straight ahead past the guards and over toward the left. Then keep running toward the left to go into a different area. From here, go left again. And then you want to go over toward the right. From here, go over toward the right. And then over toward the stairs that lead down. We want to go into the pub. Now go out the back door of the pub and we're going to find a save point in the back alley. Go ahead and save the game here. And then go back inside the pub and talk to the man over on the right-hand side with the purple vest on. He's going to challenge us to a game and we need to win the Doom Train card off of him. He's very stingy with this card. He does not play it very often at all, so you probably have to play it multiple times against him. But after you defeat him, then we can go ahead and leave Timber. This town is a bit of a maze, so what we want to do is head toward the left. And then we want to go toward the left and then down. Head down from here. And now over toward the right. And then over toward the right and down. And last time, go down toward the bottom. Now we need to go to where the Queen of Cards said that she was going to go, and we have to lose that Doom Train card to her. Go to where she said she's going to be. In this case, she said Galbadia, so I have to go to the Delling City Hotel. Your location may be different, so just follow the instructions on the screen now and go to the appropriate place to resume the quest line. For me, Delling City is up toward the northwest, so we're going to use the Ragnarok's autopilot to get us there in a flash. And now we'll land outside and head on into town. She's in the hotel, so we have to go forward into the next area. And then we'll go forward again over toward the right side of the screen. We can go over and talk to the person who is the bus station attendant, and we're going to ride the bus around until we get either to the shopping arcade or to the hotel itself. Caraway's Mansion is not the right place, so we're not going to press triangle, we're just going to keep on rolling. The presidential residence is also not correct, so don't press anything, keep going to the next area. Alright, the shopping arcade works, so we'll press triangle to get off. As a reminder, the person right next to the train stop here, they're dressed in all black and they're very hard to see. That person is a triple triad player. We got the Kyros card from him earlier, and we can use that person to reset the RNG if we need to move the Queen of Cards to a different location. Now we'll head inside the Galbadia Hotel, and there's a save point here that we're going to go ahead and use before we challenge her to a match. If she wants to mix the rules, choose not to mix the rules, go ahead and play her, and we want to lose our new Doom Train card to her. So go ahead and find Doom Train, and then choose that one as well as 4 weaker cards, and then we can lose Doom Train. Alright, we have now officially lost the Doom Train card to the Queen of Cards, and after she takes all of the cards that she wins, then we're going to talk to her again, and ideally she's going to say that she's going to delete. So if she's not doing that, then you'll want to reset the game and then go challenge other players or go outside and do a battle or something, reset the RNG until she decides to go to delete. Now we can go outside the hotel and we're going to talk to the person who's managing the bus station, and then we want to ride a bus out of town. Looks like this one's going to the Delling station, which is perfect. We can go ahead and press triangle right away to hop off the train, and then we're going to go into the gate area and then over toward the left. Now keep going toward the left side of the screen. This takes us to the rent-a-car area. We can just run past all of this and go outside. Who needs a car when you have a really cool airship? Now let's jump aboard the Ragnarok, and we want to go back to Delet. So open up the world map, and then we're going to fly over toward the east to go to Delet. Let's go ahead and land somewhere out here on the road, and then we're going to go into town. It's time to head back to the pub, so we're going to take the exit out the bottom left corner of the screen, run past the hotel, past the Nautilus junk shop, and go over to the pub. Let's head upstairs to the second floor. You can use the save point if you wish, and then go ahead and go and talk to her. Once again, we want to use the bottom option about your artist's father. She'll say that she gave the Doom Train card to her son, and then also her father has created a new Phoenix card and gave it to some aide of a high official in Estar. We don't need to challenge her to a game. All we want to do is leave the pub, and if you want to go and get your Doom Train card, now is the time. We just have to leave the pub and then head over toward the bottom of the screen to go into the different area that contains the Queen of Cards house, and we're going to go challenge her son to a game of Triple Triad, at which point we can win back our Doom Train card. So there you go, we get Doom Train, and now we're all done with this. Now let's go ahead and leave town again and head out to the Ragnarok. Let's hop aboard the Ragnarok, and then we're going to pull up our world map, and we want to go over toward the east to find Estar Air Station, and we'll use the autopilot to get there. Once you arrive, just go a little bit further forward and you can land directly onto the air station, then run toward the bottom of the screen. We need to head over to the Presidential Palace, which means going over toward the right and then running up toward the distance. Now keep going all the way up toward the top right corner of the screen. From here, start heading all the way to the right to exit out the top right corner of the screen. And this is where the Presidential Palace is. Start running into the distance, and then it will take you into a different area. We can hop aboard the transporter and choose to go inside the palace. Let's get off the transporter and then go to the bottom left corner of the screen to go into a different area. Go up and in through the doors, and the high official that we have to challenge is just to our right. Remember not to mix any rules with him, and then challenge him to a game until you win the Phoenix card. And this is the best reward that we can get from the Queen of Cards quest line, so we have officially completed that quest. The Phoenix card can be modified into Phoenix Pinions. We already have a couple of those. If you use a Phoenix Pinion in battle, it gives you the opportunity to possibly summon the Phoenix Guardian Force in battle if all 3 of your party members fall in battle. You'd normally get a game over, but there's a 25% chance that Phoenix will come into the fight and then resurrect your party members and thus save you from a game over. So it can be worthwhile, but really I don't plan on having all 3 of my party members die at any point, so it's not really worthwhile going through that. So now that we're leaving the palace, we need to head back over to the air station, and we're going to get back aboard the Ragnarok. So leaving the palace, we're going to go out the bottom left corner of the screen. And now head over toward the left. Keep going toward the left to go into a different area. And now we're going to head down to the bottom left corner. Then go toward the left, and that will take you to the path leading to the air station. We're going to run all the way over and into the Ragnarok. Once we're inside, we can press triangle to go into the cockpit, and then we want to use the elevator that we're already standing on to go down. Now head down toward the bottom of the screen to go into a different area, and then take the stairs on the right-hand side down to the lower level. We want to go through the small door on the right-hand side with the green bar over it, and that takes us into the room with the save point where we're going to save the game. There is a draw point here that contains full life, but all of our party members are good with that, so we can skip it and then go save the game. And this is where we're going to end part 21, which was our fun side quest episode. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me. I really appreciate it. In the next part, part 22, we're going to wrap up the rest of the game. That's right, we're going to complete the rest of Disc 3 and do all of Disc 4 and get all of the remaining trophies. Speaking of which, there's only 3 of them remaining. We have Lionheart, the Platinum Trophy. We also have Omega Destroyed that we get for beating Omega Weapon. And we have End of Game for finishing the game. We should be able to do that no problem in the next episode. So I'll see you soon for part 22 where we wrap everything up. Until then, thanks for watching and have a good day.